Good morning, everyone. Laura with Eastside Staffing here. I hope you're having a great morning. So as you know, we've been talking a lot about growth mindset and moving towards strategic HR, away from transactional, recruiting and human resources. And so in order to make that transition from where we were before to where we're going, there can be some growing pains, there can be some discomfort. It's a lot to sort of evolve in such a quick period, and this pandemic has certainly accelerated that growth. So bear with me this week because there's something I want to talk about that's coming up a lot, which is the word mistrust. So a lot of people have been asking me if I notice that HR professionals struggle with trust and that there's some skepticism that HR leaders feel towards others. So you know I love to define words and make sure we're clear on what we're talking about. So this morning I looked up the definition of mistrust. So I will share with you what I learned. Mistrust is to have doubts about the honesty or abilities of someone. It's to be suspicious and have no confidence in. So I find this really meaty and frankly kind of eye-opening because the word suspicion, skepticism, mistrust, doubts, yeah, I see this too in HR, and I worry about it because I think it's the opposite of assuming positive intent, right? So to assume positive intent, we go into each new relationship, whether it be with a vendor, a partner, an employee, a candidate, a manager, a peer. We go into those interactions assuming best intentions, assuming that person is someone we can learn from, connect with, let our armor down, let our guard down, be vulnerable with. But the opposite of that feels like mistrust, right? To have doubts about the honesty or abilities of someone, to be suspicious of, is sort of going into that new interaction with your armor up, with your guard up. And it's sort of uncomfortable to be the recipient of mistrust. So where do we see it happening? Well, this morning, my friend Jeffrey Shapiro mentioned that it happens on LinkedIn, where you'll go to send somebody an invitation to connect and they require that you know their email address, and it's skepticism. They don't want to be connecting with someone they don't know yet. Sometimes we see it with a new connection on the phone. There's sort of a guard up around, why are you calling me? Who are you? What do you want from me? Why should I work with you? Why should I hire you? It probably isn't coming from malintention. It's probably coming from insecurity and maybe bad experiences in the past. So I hear a lot from people saying, well, I had a bad experience with a recruiter in the past, so now I don't trust them. Or, I've had experiences with candidates in the past that are bad, and so now I struggle with trust. I don't want to dismiss that. We have all had negative experiences in our life, in our career. What I would love for us to try and challenge ourselves on is not to let those experiences create armor around us. We owe it to ourselves and to our talent acquisition and HR community to build more trust, to build more positive intention, to build more connection and vulnerability. We have had years of mistrust, of skepticism, of fear, right? Of suspicion, of just kind of general guarding that isn't serving us anymore. So what would it look like if we considered trusting people even from the first interaction? It takes some courage. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope to see you soon.